Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming at you today pretty weird. I've got all my makeup on apart from eye makeup because today I'm actually going to do a review of a brand new eyeshadow palette. I literally just got it yesterday and I'm very excited, and it is the Revolution times Soph Does Nails Extra Spice eyeshadow palette. So I had to film this video today. I cannot wait to use this palette. So I got it yesterday and I just love it. So I don't know what eye makeup look I'm going to do today. I think I'm just going to wing it. So if you want to see what look I create using the Revolution Soph X Extra Spice palette, just keep on watching. So I'm just going to talk a bit about the palette before I actually get into doing the video. So I have the palette here. This is the box. It is so hard to show you with my ring light, but it's just this nice rose gold packaging. You've got the shades on the back, but let's actually get into this palette because there's no point in showing you the box, is there? So this is the palette. You can see my camera. So this is the palette here. It is this rose gold metallic, very shiny as you can see, and it has the Soph in the kind of pale nude colour, which is kind of the reverse of her original palette, which I have here. As you can see, my old one is very beaten up. I actually have to sellotape the bottom because the clip broke on my old palette. But this is the new one, and this is the inside. Let me just remove the little thing. So this is the new palette here. It is so pretty, so try not to blind you with the mirror. So yeah, it is so pretty. Let's do a comparison with the old palette. Ignore how grubby mine is. I use it all the time. So this is the new palette. This is the Extra Spice palette, and this is our old palette. So as you can see, it is a bit different. There is a few more pops of colour in the Extra Spice palette than there is in our old one, but as she did say in her kind of reveal video, I will link that down below so you can watch it, that there's a few shades that aren't in here that are in the new Extra Spice palette, so they will be able to get mixed and matched about, which I'm quite happy about because I do love this palette. So, and as well as bringing out the palette, she also brought out, let me get them, 3 nude lipsticks. So yeah, as I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by my cat. She released 3 nude lipsticks, and I love nude lipsticks, and I'm so glad and that Soph has brought out 3 nude lipsticks because I feel like in all of her videos that's the only shade that she ever really wears, and I love it. So she brought out the shade Cake, Fudge and Syrup, which again she did talk about in her reveal video, that a lot of the shades in her palette and her lipsticks are named after food, which who's really going to complain about that? So yes, I will swatch these for you. I will insert the clip now of the swatches of the lipsticks and the palette, but I knew when I got mine yesterday, I ordered mine from Superdrug because if you order before 6 o'clock each day you can get free next day delivery in store, and there's a shop literally 5 minutes from my house. So I just thought, I'm going to order it, I'm going to go pick it up so I can film it today. And I wasn't going to buy all 3 lipsticks. In all honesty, I wasn't going to buy the shade Fudge, which is the more darker nude, this one here. But then I was like, of course I'm going to buy all 3 lipsticks, let's be real. So this is the shade Syrup, which I have already dropped. There is like a dent in the top. I dropped it while taking blog photos, and I am extremely gutted for it. Oh, I've got like cat hairs everywhere. This is the shade Cake, which is a tiny bit more pinky, and then this is the shade Fudge. Like I said, I will include swatches and all that jazz because there's nothing worse when no one includes swatches. So I will include swatches for y'all. But realistically, I feel like we should get onto the tutorial because I cannot wait to use these shades. Oh, I don't even know what look I'm going to go for. I genuinely don't. I think I'm just going to wing it. But let's get on to the tutorial. So I have actually zoomed you in so you guys will be able to see. I have already primed my eyes using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C3. So for the first shade, I think I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is called Vitamin C, and I'm taking it on my Morphe E23 brush. And if I look down, it will be because I am looking in the mirror. So again, just looking down, and I'm just putting this into the crease, and I'm just kind of working it in circular motions to start, and kind of like pressing it down. For yellow, this is pigmented. Usually I find that yellow shades are not as pigmented as others. I mean, it's not like overly pigmented, but like I feel like once you start blending other shades around it and stuff, it'll be good. So I'm just doing circular motions and then kind of the typical windscreen wiper motion. I'm going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera because if I try and do both at the same time, it will take me ages. So do I want to build it up a bit more? I might build it up a bit more. Yeah, this is just blended out the yellow and I love it. I nearly dropped the palette there. That was a. I've just turned the kind of settings back down so you can actually see it. But the next shade I'm going to go in with is Running Late, which is this one here. I'm going to take it on this one, which is a Morphe R33 brush. And I'm just taking it on. Whoa. Look at that pigment. Knock some of that off before I. Wow. This is pigmented so much. Oh my god. I know now for a fact, like, if I need an orange eyeshadow, this is the one I'll be coming to because this is pigmented. I'm just doing circular motions again. It's kind of taking it a bit onto the lid, but it won't be the final colour that's on the lid, don't worry. And then I'm just going back in with my E23 brush and a bit of vitamin C and just blending out the edges just so that the yellow is definitely still there because I want the yellow to be there. I think I'm going to do like a sunset eye. This is like that orange. I'm shook at how pigmented that orange was. I really didn't expect it to be that pigmented at all. Wow. Wow. So with the same brush, I'm actually going in with the shade below it, which is called Sweet and Sour. Same brush. Oh my god, even that as well. Oh, knock some of that off as well. And then I'm just going again into the crease, and I'm kind of just doing circular motions again. This is where it's going to start getting a bit more detailed because I'm going to be getting a bit more into the crease and kind of more now onto the lid. Wow, this shade Sweet and Sour, I think is way more pigmented. Oh my god, like I did not expect that pigment. I'm now just going to go in with my Colourpop blending brush. I don't actually know what it's called. I'm going to go back into the shade Running Late and really just tapping it off and then just going in like circular motions just to kind of blend out Sweet and Sour a bit. And then back in with the E23. I always like chop and change my brushes so much and just blending out the edges because you want that kind of gradual gradient effect, which is definitely, I feel like, what I'm getting. I'm loving this look already, and I'm still not even finished. And now I'm going in with the best shade in the palette. I'm going in with the shade 21. Now I am quite scared, but I'm not scared at the same time. So let's just take this on my Morphe M433 brush. Some bit of fallout, but not much. But look at that. I don't think I've ever found a red eyeshadow, like a red eyeshadow that I actually really like. Tap some of that off. I'm just taking it a bit more into the crease, because this is where it starts to get more kind of sunsetty. Oh my days, I'm loving this. This is like the perfect eyeshadow colour ever. Like, I love it. You know, if you're wearing like a red dress or something like that, or like a red outfit, this would just look amazing. Back in with all my shades again. I'm not taking any extra, I'm just blending over the top of it. I don't know whether to make this an all matte eye or like actually add one of the shimmers into this, because I do want to try out the shimmers because they look gorgeous. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more of Running Late just to hit the edges, just to help blend it out. I am going to go in with a smaller brush and do 21 again, because I feel like as you blend it up, it does lose some of the pigment. So far this look is, I'm loving it. So I'm going to move my Morphe M506 brush, and just going back into the shade 21 and just running this a bit more into the actual crease. I've not done a sunset eye in so long. I used to do sunset eyes kind of all the time, but now I'm like, never do them. This palette is literally like the perfect sunset eye material. Just love it. I'm going to go back in with my M433 just to kind of slightly fluffier brush just to blend out the edges of the red. Then going back in a tiny bit with Sweet and Sour, literally knocking off so much of this pigment. Making sure that a lot of the shades are still there, because obviously 21 is a very pigmented shade, and you want to make sure that obviously your other, like your oranges and your reds and your yellows are still there, so that obviously it's not just like a red eye. Keeping that in kind of like this, the kind of rounded, so that it's very sunsetty. And going back, like the yellow is kind of like the final blending shade. Like, so far I am loving this. So the final shade I'm going to use matte wise maybe is this shade here, which is called Mulled Wine, and I just feel like this will be the like perfect kind of lid shade. I don't know what brush to use though. I'm going to use a bit of the M506 brush, and then I will go in with kind of a bit more of like a denser brush. It's kind of starting to blend it up into the 21 shade. So I'm just going to go in with this little Anastasia brush, it comes with the palettes, and go in with it on kind of a more packing brush and just pack it onto the lid. Living. Back in with 21 just to blend out the edges of the kind of pink, the Mulled Wine shade, just so 21 doesn't get lost. Then back in with all the other shades just to blend everything out. I'm loving this look. I think I don't want to go in with any of the shimmer shades. I know LA Sun would look amazing with this look, and so would this shade which is called Romance. But I just feel like I love the matte look so much better. So I think I might actually go off camera and do the other eye, and then I will come back to do the lower lash line. So I'm back and I've done the other eye, and I am loving this look. It looks amazing. So I'm now just going to do my lower lash line before I go off camera and do mascara and stuff. So I'm going to take my M506 brush and I'm going to take the shade Mulled Wine, and I'm going to go in kind of do like the sunset kind of on my lower lash line as well. So I'm going to take Mulled Wine because it actually kind of joins up well with the outside of the eye makeup look. I'm also just going to take this little brush. This is a Zoeva 237 Detail shader brush, and I'm actually just taking Mulled Wine as well and just kind of making sure that it's like quite pigmented. Sorry for the mirror, can't really, I need to be like right up close with this. So then I'm going to take, again, this brush, the M506, and I'm going to take 21. And I'm just going to start taking things like too far along so that I can obviously fit all the shades onto the lower lash line. So I'm just like blending like them all together. And then I'm going to take the shade, and then I'm going to take Sweet and Summer, and on this brush, it's from a random brand, I can't remember where it was from. This is like just a pencil brush. You can take any pencil brush and just blending that in. Just cleaning it off a bit, then going into the shade Running Late. I actually hate doing my lower lash line. My eyes look really irritated. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Vitamin C and just blend it as well, just blend it kind of into the inner corner. And then I'm actually going to take this little brush. This is the Sigma Blending E25 brush. And I'm actually going to take the shade Vitamin C. I'm going to kind of blend Vitamin C just right underneath them all. You can just like blend in every shade together. And I feel like because Vitamin C is quite light, it does that really well. I'm actually just going to go back in, wow, that focused, back in with the shade Mulled Wine, just to like intensify this outer corner a bit, just so that it's like matte, it lines up with the outer corner. I'm also going to do it with 21, not 22. It's just to kind of make sure that like the outer corner is blended. I'm just going to quickly take my M433 brush and just like make sure that like this little bit is blended up into the, like on the lid. And that is the finished eye makeup look. Like eyeshadow wise, I am going to go and do mascara and maybe lashes off camera, and I will be back. So this is the finished eye makeup look. I've just shoved on some lashes. These are the Tatti Lashes in TL3, but I really want to try and finish this video very quickly because this lash is annoying me. But let's do my lips using one of these Nude Lipsticks. I kind of want to use the shade Syrup because like I just love the look of it. Or I've just knocked it off the side of the thing. I might actually use Cake. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Cake. I'm just going to use the mirror from the palette, which is now extremely dirty. Like, look at the inside of my palette. It's so dirty. Just go in with the lipstick. It's so creamy. That went on perfectly. Like, the lipstick is so creamy. I didn't even have to use a lip liner. It's very, very creamy. But yeah, that lipstick was so creamy. This was the shade Cake, but I will do little swatches of the other two so you can see them. But yeah, this is the finished look. I'm just going to zoom you in to show you it. If this eye looks a bit different, it's because it took me a while to try and put these lashes on. And this is the lip. I do have a spot here on my lip, so just ignore that, but loving this eye makeup look. It's so amazing. So I hope you all enjoyed this little tutorial using the new Soph Extra Spice palette from Revolution. My final verdict on it is I love it. I love it. To create this look on my eyes using a palette that's only £10 is just amazing. I love all the shades in it. I can't wait to kind of use some of the darker shades as well, because I never usually use darker shades. I usually stick to my like warm toned ones, which is what I've done today, but this is just stunning. I just love it so much. So the palette costs £10 and each of the lipsticks cost £4. So overall, this whole little collection that she brought out only cost £22, which realistically is cheaper than an Anastasia eyeshadow palette on its own, or like any high-end palette. So you are you're getting a lot for your money, but I just love it. So you can get it on the Revolution Beauty website, which I will link down below, as well as Superdrug. They now stock it on Superdrug. I think Soph said on our Twitter that the palettes will be in store, palettes and lipsticks will be in store from around the 20th of this month. So they will also be in stores on Superdrug. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Oh my god, my eye is like going red. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will highly appreciate it. I will see you in my next video. Bye!